Hey guys, how's it going here? It's your Ken for the win, and we're just gonna go through a quick video just to show you guys 3 stars that you may not, 3 stars that you may have that you're fusing away that are actually really useful. These are 3 stars these are not typical 3 stars that you've already seen. These are 3 stars that you have no idea that they were this useful. So the first one we're gonna get into is Raz. Raz has a little bit of popularity just because he's the main character, but a lot of people tend to get rid of him. But the only thing that makes Raz useful is this right here. This can make whoever your DPS, like say for instance, Raz and Sez will do so much damage with this, especially if Sez has his artifact that gives him an extra chance to do another attack. It will just seem like Sez is attacking way too much and he literally will destroy the game. So if you have that combo, definitely if you summon Sez, consider making Raz your tank. And also he increases his own defense as well as absorbs some of this AoE damage as health. So I would build him set, lifesteal set, four-piece lifesteal. We're not going to go too deep into every single character because the video will end up being too long, but what I will say, quick sets. So 4-piece lifesteal and 2-piece either health or effect resistance. And let's see, is that all? Yeah. So we go to here, Aether. So, quick thing about Aether, a lot of people actually hate Aether, but Aether is he's a really good healer if you don't have anything else on your team. So basically what I would do with Aether, if I didn't have anybody else on my team who could fill a healer spot, I would go for this. Gives you a barrier for 2 turns. So even though Aether can't clean debuffs, let's say if you have poison on you, if you have this on you, that barrier will consume that debuff, like that bleed effect, that burn effect. The barrier will consume that and take that damage. So it does, in a way, make up for it, but not really. But it does kind of help out a little bit there. And then you have this, which just recovers health normal. But if you equip her with the Joker artifact, because for some reason I don't like this that she scales with attack, but for some reason 4-piece attack set, I would say 4-piece attack set, and then all of your substats be defensive and effectiveness as well as, so I would say 4-piece attack and 2-piece maybe health. I don't know. The other 2-piece could be anything that you want, but definitely 4-piece attack, because if you put the Joker artifact on her, she's actually gonna do a lot of damage with this one when it comes to bosses. So that's something you probably slip on. A lot of people know about Alexa. Everybody knows about Elson, pretty much. Montmorency. So a lot of people don't know about Montmorency. Montmorency is a healer. She's better than Aether. So if you summon her and you have a good DPS, you can consider going with that DPS depending on what it is, because if you have her on her 1, she has 25% chance to put the enemy to sleep, and on her 2, she dispels 1 debuff from all allies and heals debuffed allies. Amount recovered is proportional to the allies' health. And then on her 3, recovers allies' health and grants immunity for 2 turns, while increasing the caster's combat readiness by 50%. So this is really, really, really good. And if you soul burn it, all allies are affected by this effect, which means all allies, I'm guessing that part, it means for the combat readiness, so that means all allies get a 50% combat readiness increase if you use this. So Montmorency is very, 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 very slept on. I would consider using her. I actually kind of might look into her, because that's actually really good now that I think about it. And then you have this guy. Attacks all enemy with a shockwave with a 75% chance to dispel one buff. Cheers on all allies, granting continuous healing and increased speed for 2 turns, and decreasing skill cooldowns by 1 turn. So just take a second and just take that in. Just take that in. And then let's go to the one. Attacks with a spear with a 35% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. So you could pair him with someone like Terraner Guard and Tiara, or you could have Elson, Tiara, and this guy right here, and those 3 can clear everything in the game. So people say this game is not free to play. This is literally one of the most free to play games I've ever played in my life. I almost. The only free to play RPG I would say even more free to play than this is Brave Frontier. But let's get into Clury. So Clury, this is what's so interesting about her to me. Strikes in the direction of the enemy and increases her own combat readiness by 20%. And the damage dealt increases proportional to her defense. Her 2 heals her every single turn. So let's see. If she has a really high health pool, she could heal every single turn. I guess you could put Lifesteal on her. She has a 75% chance to provoke and decrease defense. This right here is so good because in most games, well, a lot of people don't know provoke. If you get provoked, you can only use your skill 1, which means she's going to receive tremendously less damage because she's only going to be receiving skill 1 damage, which most characters skill 1 is not super nothing to worry about unless it says, which she counters says because she's Earth, so says won't even be doing that much damage to her anyway. So she could be really good if you build her right. Recommended build, I would say 4-piece life steal and defense. Let's see if I missed anyone. Everybody knows about Common Rose. I'm just trying to go through units that this unit right here is so interesting to me. So check this out. On his 1, attacks with a stab with a 35% chance to silence for 1 turn. Right? Silence is huge. So decreases regeneration of all enemies by 35% at the beginning of the battle, and increases combat readiness by 20% every single time an enemy uses a non-attack skill. So just take a second and just breathe that in. Every single time a enemy uses a non-attack skill, aka buff themselves, heal themselves, he's going to be increasing his combat readiness by 20%. And his 3rd skill attacks all enemies with dark magic and an 80% chance to dispel all buffs that they have, and increases his combat readiness by 50% at the end. If you soul burn, it gives him another turn. Do you see this? Are you reading this? And not only that, he has my favorite design of all. I love Zen characters that are modeled after monks, especially characters that are modeled after monks with the little 6 sage or 6 path orbs kind of thing. I just really like that. So that'll be the end for this video because I don't want to make it too long, but we'll end it with Hoorado. Alright guys.